I'm going to talk about my experiences teaching ESL in Second Life and what I've been doing in Second Life with my classes. My name is Monica Monk, and my avatar name is Athena Naxos, and I teach at Tacoma Community College in Tacoma, Washington. My presentation today has three parts. In the first part, the introduction, I'll give some background about my educational setting, who are my students, and what are my classes. In the second part, I'll describe how I use Second Life, and first I'll tell you the general functions of Second Life that I employ in the class, and then second, I'll talk in more pedagogical terms about the types of activities or lessons that I design in Second Life using those functions. And then I'll get specific and talk about different activities and the assignments that go with them and the outcomes they address. And as time allows, I've got some examples and can describe in more detail if you want about those activities. And at the end, I'll evaluate a little bit from my experience what's worked best with the different levels that I've taught. And the third part is I'll just summarize um, kind of what I've done, and hopefully there will be some time for questions. I teach community college students between the ages of 16 and 60 or more. The average age, I'd say, is 20. They are in a department called English for Academic Purposes, and this is college preparatory English. Most students who finish our program go on to pre-101 classes, either take either 1 or 2 quarters of developmental reading and writing in the English department before they take English 101. Um, they're pretty much evenly split, I'd say, between international and resident immigrants. Some are some actually come directly from U.S. or overseas high schools, and and most of them have computer experience and knowledge, pretty good. Or if they don't, they usually have access to people at home with computer experience. So the activities work pretty well with them. Um, there are mixed attitudes among them toward the relevance of Second Life to learning, and also different levels of comfort with the virtual world. My classes that I teach are grammar and speaking, pronunciation and conversation, and reading and writing. I've used Second Life in all three of these classes. I use Second Life. First, let me talk about the general functions of Second Life that work for my class. First, as a social networking tool, which is an easy, simple way for the students to go in and practice written and spoken English with native speakers. Second, I use it as context, an environment, which is hard to come by in ESL classes. As language teachers know, we're always artificially creating context for our assignments. Second Life provides a rich context for speaking and writing assignments. And finally, it's very useful as a presentation or meeting tool. In more framing it more pedagogically, the kinds of activities that I do uh, as I employ those functions are free language production, where the students, apply grammar in a conversation or a extemporaneous speech. Controlled language production, where they do a very focused task or specific task in Second Life, and then afterward give a speaking presentation or do a writing assignment about it. And also, finally, as with my more advanced classes, I've been using it as an optional way to complete the real life class activities and assignments that we do. So instead of, for example, having to go up and speak in front of the class or act, and worse yet, have to act in front of the class, which I personally really don't like to do myself, they can go and do a role play in Second Life, record it, and show it to the class. In the next segment of this presentation, I'll start to talk about the specific types of activities I do.